the things I kill. It's not my way, it's just my will.
Everything I've done can't come around to haunt me. Everything about me starts to run. Most of the world is dying all around me. Everything I own, I know I bought.
You can't see the black inside. Saves the flesh, but it scars the pride.
Anytime I run, I come right back again. Thinking all the time spent so confused. Looking back at things that remain irreversible. Giving all the tools that I have used.
This one's for you, my sister. And this one's for you, my son. My hands, they start to blister, but the things I kill are only one I've done. Hi, everybody, and welcome to From the Slab. Hello,
Hi,
Professor
Brian.
Feather 11. Hi, Chris. How are
How
you?
you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Hello, Delilah plays the dead girl. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm so excited to be here tonight.
Me
This is
too.
one of my favorite movies of all time. Tonight's movie, of course, is hey, Chris. This is Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Yes.
A film from 1995. Very cool. Hello, Sharon. Sharon actually picked this movie, which is good.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. We're very happy about this movie. It's a good one. It's a good one. So yeah, I can see where
Hey, Zombie
starting off
Mortuary.
strong. Zombie Mortuary is here. In Spanish, Zombie Mortuary es here.
Es aquí.
I know. It was,
Spanglish.
more dad jokey the other way. I can't even tell it. Oh, it's a little ghost. It is spooky season. Hey, Brandon. Hola. See? Getting into the Spanish spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're doing the Spanish thing, but I like it. I do. I feel like I would be much better if we were bilingual.
Well, it is 2022.
That's right. You could be anything you want to be. Brandon is your roommate. Well, hello, roommate Brandon. Got him hooked. Good. Somebody asked you, my arm keeps disappearing. What's going on? Ah!
Well, it's gone.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's back.
Yeah, there you go.
It's back. It's good. Guys, good to see you again. I've been waiting all week. You don't know what this means to me that y'all showed up. Let's see. All right. We are now live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube.
Ooh, the YouTubes.
We're on the tubes of the U. So this is a good thing. Maybe your friends aren't on Facebook. Maybe your friends want to watch us on YouTube. They can go to the Dude Band at YouTube and see this as well. So how are you, Chris?
I am fantastic.
Did you do anything scary this week?
No. Spooky season is upon us, but we don't start some of our festivities until probably next weekend.
Yes, next weekend.
And the weekend after.
And the weekend after. This coming weekend, I would really like to film a video if I could get everybody in one spot.
That would be pretty awesome.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try my hardest, and it'll be a spooky one, given the season.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
This movie did have probably the best use of filters Hey Man I Shot.
It did. And it had a pretty good soundtrack overall, to be honest with you.
Halloween Horror Nights was amazing for spooky season.
It was, and that is good.
That was one of the best that we've been to yet. And I'm pretty sure
like it was longer walks than the other ones, but
that just means we're getting older.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. I think the last time I did it, I hadn't had congestive heart failure prior to it, so that might have something to do with it.
Probably,
maybe. And I was probably also 30 pounds lighter. The 100 miles.
It wasn't 100 miles. It was like 12.
I don't know. Mari told me the next day that her watch clocked us in because me and her were up at the same time in the morning. We went everywhere together, and it was 23 miles. All told. I believe
Felicia's watch that said it was just under 10 miles.
Well, maybe you didn't do as much walking as I did. Prior.
Possibly.
That's possible.
Possibly.
Honestly, I think if it was 23 miles, at least 10 of those miles was in the hotel hallways.
I believe that.
There's a dude on here. I don't know which dude it is.
You know which dude it is.
Do I?
Hi, Ray.
It's probably Ray. Well, if it is, hello, Ray. Or as I like to call him, Ray of Sunshine. Yeah, because he is. All right, I guess we should get started. Hi, Paula. How are you? Good to see you. You look great tonight. Are you trying something new with your hair? I'm just kidding. All I see is this, but you know. So I mean, I don't know what you look like today, but I'm sure you look great. All right. So tonight's movie is Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. Take it away, Chris. Right? Is that the deal?
No, it's your turn, sir.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, my turn.
It is.
All right. So we start out this movie. It's one of my favorite movies. There's an intro to this movie, which automatically brings me back to my childhood of watching Tales from the Crypt. It's because it's the Tales from the Crypt movie, and it is. It's got the Crypt Keeper, and you see that there's this pseudo sexy woman who is on the phone with her lover, who has they have just killed her husband and put him in an acid bath in the basement. And she then decides to take an actual bath, and she's got a wash rag over her face, waiting for her lover to show. And she hears the door open, and she's like, "What's that smell?" Turns around, and it's the husband back from the dead, going to hack her up. And then the Crypt Keeper yells cut, and this is all a movie set, and it's a big setup to their big night at the movies and his big movie debut, the Crypt Keepers, and it was great. So anyway, the movie itself starts out there's two cars driving like maniacs down the road, and you hear, "Hey man, nice shot playing. It's great. It's great." And we see our hero Breaker driving one car, and we see the Collector, who is Billy Zane, and they are going, and they get in a big accident, big fireballs, and all that, yada yada yada. Right? Breaker sneaks away from the car and goes and tries to steal a car from a local restaurant, an old pickup truck. Gets busted by the dude's who owns the pickup truck's son, and he runs away and winds up talking to an old drunk guy in an alley, and finds out that there's this place he can go and stay. So they go and go to stay at this place, and they get there, and it's an old abandoned church. It was an old church that was converted into more of a housing for the poor people. And at this point in time, we find out that Breaker has a symbol on his hands of stars, and one of those stars moves into alignment so that way it's a perfect circle in his palm. It was not actually Roach's truck, Brandon. It was the owner of the diner's truck, Homer. Roach worked at the diner though. So we see that the stars come into alignment on his hand, and he acknowledges that this is something. We don't know what yet, and that's fine. He goes in. They're hesitant to rent him a room, blah, 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 but he pays her cash, and she likes cash. The proprietor of the hotel is what's her damn name? I don't remember her name. I know Cordelia was the prostitute. That was the prostitute.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Cordelia was the prostitute. I remember CCH Pounder is the actress, yes. But I can't remember what her
Irene
character name. Irene. All right. So we noticed that there's a little cast of characters. There's Cordelia, the hooker. There is the mailman, Wally, who has been stripped of his mailman duties and is obviously very much in love with Cordelia, who doesn't seem to notice at all. And we noticed that there is Jada Pinkett in Geraldine. Anyway, she is working in the kitchen, and we find out she's on work release, and she's basically the house slave, which I shouldn't. It's really that's what it was. Yes. I mean, she was Cinderella basically.
She's an indentured servant.
My nipples are smoking. So while they're getting to know each other and getting dinner and all that sort of stuff, the police arrive at the accident scene, and we see them, saying, "Oh, he must have been going over 100 miles an hour," and blah, blah, blah. Nobody could have survived this. And then Billy Zane, the Collector, comes walking out, and he says, "No, I was in this accident, and I'm looking for this guy."
Airbags, gotta love them.
The cops are like, "Oh, all right, yeah, airbags, right, gotta love them." The cops are like, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll just drive you around everywhere. Doesn't matter, it's cool, and we'll look for this guy Breaker, who also got off scot-free." I lost an arm again. It's Armin. Oh, there, I got it back. It's Armageddon. I'm getting an arm. Anyway, so they go to the diner because they get a phone call on the radio, and Then they wind up going to getting another call because Irene is having is feeling there's something wrong with this Breaker guy. So they wind up back at the place. It's called the Mission, and the cops wind up walking in, and they walk in with the collector, and there's a big hullabaloo. The collector says, the collector says, I want what he has. It's a looks shape of a key with some stuff in it, and they're looking around for it. They can't find it, and what happens is, I'm sorry, I have no notes on this, but it's all in my head. I'll go quicker.
The old drunk rats him out.
The old drunk rats him out, says, I saw where he stashed it. I saw it. I was watching him. I didn't even notice it. Well, he did right in front of my eyes. And so he reaches under the table, has it, and he's about to put it in this case that the collector has. And he says, could you pour the nasty stuff inside of it out for me? And Breaker's telling him not to do it. And the cops are kind of getting a little bit wary of the whole thing. And we're like, you know what? We can sort this out because you're both coming to the police station with us and going to spend the night in jail. So finally, at this point in time, the collector's pretty much had enough. And he punches a hole through the sheriff's face and gets his hand stuck in his head. At this point in time, everyone is freaking out. Breaker's trying to get the handcuffs off of himself, and the other sheriff is busily trying to get the gun out of his holster, which he's obviously never taken out of his holster ever. The head gets thrown at the other sheriff, and basically Breaker gets the key, winds up touching the collector, who then says, "Oh, screw this," and runs outside and has a little temper tantrum and says, "Fine, you could have done it the easy way, but you didn't." And he cuts his wrist, and some green goo comes out. He starts spreading it all over the ground, and little demons start popping up out of the ground like little sunflowers.
Aww.
They were cute, actually. I thought they were in their infancy stage. This is kind of screwed up. Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? And rightfully so, as you would. So Breaker eventually winds up sealing. Inside the key is a red liquid, which he puts on the door jambs, and it basically makes a seal that the demons cannot get through. And then he has to do that all over the house. And so I know that I'm going to go really long with this if I don't kind of speed this up a little bit. So Breaker says, listen, you all just have to make it through the night here, and we'll be fine. And Roach, whose nipples were smoking, says, who put you in charge, basically, and was a total dick the whole time. Tries to get out one of the doors. Cordelia, the hooker, goes with him after he pretty much tells her to go with him. And then they see a demon, and he runs back in, basically using her as a human shield on his way in. And Wally goes outside to try to save her, and does save her, but winds up getting hit with some demon electrical eyeball energy, because you can only kill demons by what's in the key or by shooting them in the eyes or destroying their eyes. So, and when you do, electrical stuff, whatever, comes out of them, demon stuff. So this is where we're at. We're all stuck inside a mission right now, and nobody's able to come out till the morning. And they're all kind of saying, let's stick together. And then they all wind up going off in different directions. Basically, I believe it was Cordelia who got it first. She goes up to her room And she goes up to her room, and the collector is trying to entice her from outside to let him in, and so he can possess her, and basically telling her that she's not a bad person. She's just, she's just a pretty girl who needs love, and that kind of thing. And apparently she buys it. So Wally comes up to check on her, and she's like, Wally, I should have recognized that you love me, but now you can show me. And she starts kissing him. And then we hear screaming from outside, and everybody runs up, and Wally's being eviscerated by Cordelia, who is now a demon, and they kill Cordelia. But in the process, Irene's arm gets taken off.
Very good.
So now Irene doesn't have an arm.
Usually a fatal injury if you don't get to a hospital right away.
Usually, unless you're able to cauterize the wound very well. Because unfortunately, I'm not going to go into the medical bit of it, but like your arteries and stuff are very elastic. So they'll actually curl up inside, and it's really very difficult to stop the bleeding unless you have forceps and forethought. So, there you go. Anyway, so now we got an armless Irene, no Cordelia, no Wally, right? And everybody's like, okay, let's stick together. And then, of course, they split up again. So Uncle Harry is the drunk. And I'm sorry. They go down, they're in the kitchen, and the cat shows up again, a little black cat. And Geraldine had put the cat out earlier, and he keeps coming back in. And, Breaker wants to make sure that the cat is not a demon, so he wants to put the key on the cat, and the cat runs away and runs downstairs into the basement. They go down into the basement, and they're looking for the cat, and the cat jumps out and does a cat jump scare thing, and turns out the cat's not a demon, but they can feel breeze coming through the wall, and that there's tunnels down there where they find a little boy. Can't remember the kid's name. Don't really care what his name is. Danny? Let's go with Danny. All right, Danny. And Danny's a little brat. And so basically now they got another person in there, and they go, okay, let's stick together. And they wind up splitting up again, because that's what you do when you say, let's stick together. They're all looking for Danny because Danny disappeared. Okay. As it turns out, Uncle Harry has found him. And he's up in this attic. And there's also a bottle of booze up there. And that's cool. Irene finds them up there, climbs the ladder like a champ with one arm.
Right?
And tells Harry and the kid to go downstairs and send Breaker back up. And as they go downstairs, Harry walks into a room looking for them, and the kid's following him, and he gets seduced by the collector with a bunch of naked chicks and a lot of booze. And so that kind of happens. That doesn't go well. Breaker walks in on that whole thing, and they're fighting. And there's a really cool thing that happens with a deer head, and the antlers from a deer, and they impale Uncle Harry's eyes on the deer head, which is freaking awesome. And then, as it turns out, it's not good. They go upstairs, and they go while this is going on. The collector goes back upstairs to try and seduce Irene by bringing her arm on a silver platter up to her and saying, "I could put you back together. all you got to do is let me in. And she lifts up her stump, and this happens. Is that your hand? Does that mean yes? She said, no, I'm giving you the finger. And he said, okay, goodbye. And he leaves. So they, Breaker comes up, the kid comes up, and Geraldine comes up, and they're all up in the attic. And the kid, demons out. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. I think I'm getting close enough.
Yeah.
The kid demons up, and is just turns into this really awesome.
Reminded me of the demon bunny from the Twilight Zone, the movie.
Yeah. It was definitely some practical effects that were pretty cool in that. And he actually he fucks Breaker up pretty bad. Yep. He puts a hole in his heart, basically, in his chest, and puts his tongue inside the hole and whatever else. And then the kid gets killed by, I believe, Geraldine, if I'm not mistaken. In the meantime, while this is going on, Roach has stolen the key from Breaker and gives it to the Collector. Okay? We weren't sure what was going to go on because I did miss a spot. The Collector did try to seduce Geraldine. It didn't work. It turns out she resisted it. But anyway, Breaker didn't realize the key was gone, and Roach gives it to the Collector, mops up all the blood for him, and Collector's like, nothing's gonna happen to you, you'll be fine. And Roach is like, that's fine, cool, great. Kill Breaker first, would you please? He's a dick, kind of an asshole, bossy asshole kind of thing. Starts walking away, and as he's walking away, the Collector says, hey, Roach, I lied. And then all the demons just demon up on him and kill him, which he deserved. It was a good moment. So. It was a good moment. So at this point,
whew. I think you might have switched. That happened before Danny got possessed.
It did happen before Danny got possessed, but then Danny got possessed. Geraldine gets possession of the key again, and that's how Danny winds up getting killed with the key, I believe. And so at this point, Breaker's dying. This is where we're at. Breaker's dying up in the attic, and he tells her, listen, you're going to have to be me from now on. There's a whole explanation on this whole thing. We'll get into it after I finish this shit up anyway. So she's not sure about it, but she has not really much of a choice at this point in time. It's either the world dies or she takes the key and continues on with this legacy. The Wally the postman had a whole I'm going to blow up the post office kit up in the attic. He had a stockpile of weapons with no ammunition for them, except a grenade belt. And so, basically, Irene puts on the grenade belt, tells Geraldine to get the hell out of there, whatever else. She tries to get out of there, and Geraldine basically escapes, sort of, from the attic, and Irene blows up the attic, seemingly with the Collector in it, I believe. I wasn't drunk, I swear. All right, so now Geraldine is being chased around by the Collector, and she winds up covering herself in blood because he's trying to get the key back. She covers herself in the blood, which has been replenished by Breaker's dying body. And So yeah, gets possessed through a Tales from the Crypt comic. That was right, he did. Anyway, so she's covered in blood. He's like, "Oh, you poor thing." And he goes to touch her. It turns out it's the blood he can't touch. And he's like, "You bitch, whatever." And she's looking around trying to find a way out, winds up in the bathroom, and he attacks her with a shower curtain and makes her and bathes her basically really quickly in the shower. Brings her downstairs, wrapped up in the shower curtain. And like for wearing white underwear, her whites were amazingly white after being covered in blood. I'm gonna say. At this point in time, the collector takes the key, and is trying to seduce her into just being with him and becoming his kind of demon bride kind of thing. And it's this weird little dance thing and all that sort of stuff. It's all cool. Unbeknownst to him, Geraldine had put a bunch of blood in her mouth and kept a bunch of blood in her mouth this whole time. And she winds up spitting it on the collector's head. And he just basically blows apart and melts. And fucking, it's neat. All right. So then she goes back up, refills the blood in the key from Breaker's dying body or dead body, really. And last we see, she gets on a bus to leave town during the daytime, makes a seal at the bus door, and the bus driver stops to pick up this other guy who's trying to get on the bus, and the guy's like, "Nope, I'll just wait for the next one." He's obviously the new collector going to try to get her. And as he's walking down the road, he's whistling the Tales from the Crypt theme song. And that's the end of that portion of it. Then there's an epilogue of the Crypt Keeper where he's going to the movie premiere of Demon Knight. And he gets out of the limo and he's walking up the red carpet. And then he sees there's a guillotine there. And they grab him, put it, and go to cut his head off. And he's happy because he's finally got final cut. And, and that's entertainment. And that was Demon Knight. All right. Yeah, it took me a while. I did the best I could off the top of my head. What did y'all think of it?
Damn good.
I'm going to ask the chat, what did you guys think of this movie? And Chris, what did you think of it?
I fucking love this movie. Out of the two Tales from the Crypt movies that they made, this is definitely the superior one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, it was so much fun. It was campy in all the right ways.
Yeah,
it had the jump scares, it had the stakes. I mean, it had a little bit of lore. And the character actors that they got were just fucking amazing.
Yeah, I liked the religious connotations in there. That kind of really, like, everything about it was just, I don't know. I hate to use the word perfect, but everything about this movie was pretty much perfect.
Yeah,
and that's good.
It ticked all the boxes.
It ticked all the boxes in my heart. In my heart. Had some of my favorite lines ever. Every once in a while, I still, that I still think of it every time I see a cowboy hat. When he took off he's like, "Get all this Western gear off of me, this cowboy shit off me, you bunch of hold up them there motherfuckers." That was good stuff. Just some really good things in there. I think Billy Zane, an underused
Where's
actor.
Billy Zane been?
He has his own production company now. Hollywood won't hire him anymore because anytime he tried to be a leading actor in a movie, those movies failed. So he was not bankable enough as a Hollywood actor. So he started his own movie company, and he's actually in a lot of movies. And they're actually, some of them are not bad movies, but they're not Hollywood movies. They're all lower budget,
indie stuff,
indie type stuff.
Well, good for him. Titanic fucked him up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It kind of did, but it kind of didn't. It kind of made him because it was the #1 movie for a very, very, very long time, and he was in it. But yeah, everyone did hate him after Titanic, and like he was, you know, he says that, you know, a lot of times people come up to him, oh, you're that dickhead from Titanic, you know what I mean? So, all right, whatever. I preferred. I think of him in Zoolander or whatever, but you know, the thing of it is,
I think of him from Back to the Future Part 2.
He was in all the Back to the Futures. He was
That's right
in Biff's gang and all of them.
Yeah.
But they were. I mean, he really is a great actor. Right? He just has this charisma about him that's just awesome. So, yeah. Anybody else think anything of this movie? Anyone, if you are on any of the platforms, you can just comment anything you want, anytime you want. We will try to get to you if we can. I don't know. I think overall, man, this is like all horns up.
Oh, yeah.
There's another part of me that's sticking up that I'm not going to show you because this is a family show.
I'd put it in top 10 for sure. At least horror movies.
10 times better than, 10 times better than, I'm not sure what, hashtag? Pound? Whatever. 10 times better than everything.
All right.
It's beautiful. And I really liked it. So, now I guess it would be time for the horrible thought of the week. All right,
he's having such a good time.
He is having a great time, that guy. I wish I was partying with him. Welcome to your horrible thought of the week. It is after prime time, but I'm still not going to show you the appendage that is also up for that. So this horrible thought of the week is brought to you by Pampers. It's not, but we're hoping someday it will be. Basically, I ask a question every week that's kind of based off of the movie, and you guys just tell me what you think. What's your answer to this? So here we go. In the movie, Geraldine, Jada Pinkett, is offered a choice to either die a horrible death or become a demon and stay with the collector, Billy Zane, as a couple. She has a plan to defeat him, but even so, she knows she has been recruited to a life on the run with a horrible death at the end. For certain. Would you do a demon to save your life, even if it meant destroying the world as you know it and becoming a demon yourself? And would the sex be good? That is your question for today. What do you think? Hello, convicts. Hello. Welcome. So yes, anybody, so would you do a demon to save your life, even if it meant destroying the world and becoming a demon yourself? And would the sex be good? Sharon says, hell yes and hell yes. All right. I like where your head's at. Samesies for Chris. You would definitely, you would do a demon. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Surprised Professor Feather hasn't said anything. He's usually got something good to say here on these horrible thoughts. I got to tell you, I'd probably take my shot. Hold on. Even though I would die a horrible death at the end, it would be honorable. I agree with you, Professor Feather.
Delilah says absolutely.
No, because who's afraid of a Carlton Banks looking collector? That's true. He did look like Carlton Banks. Absolutely, says Delilah plays the dead girl. Isn't that what an incubus is? Incubus, succubus, sort of, but not really. But yes, simplified, yes. I would say I'd probably give it a shot to try to defeat the demon.
Oh.
But
Humanity had a good run.
Yeah, I think the sex would be squishy. I think, but I do think humanity had a good run.
Is that good or bad?
I don't think it's a good squishy, no.
Oh, okay.
It's a demon, so I'm thinking a bad squishy.
Okay.
Perhaps. All right. Well, you know, I'm just saying that's what I thought. Anyway. So anybody else? Let's see. Nah. Either that or it'd be like really rough, like sandpaper. He had lightning bolts coming out of his zipper. I think it would be shocking. I think you may be right. Hey, the devil in Miss Jones. Now that was squishy, but that was a good kind of squishy. You'd have the life sexed out of me. Yeah, probably. Bad squishy. Wendy, I agree. I think it would be bad squishy. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so
we went from debating on the terms of a demon pact to destroy the universe, and we decide on debating whether squishy is bad.
Well, squishy can be great, but like there's
good
two kinds of
squishy or bad squishy.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you see how slimy those little demon guys were?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think it'd just be squishy.
Billy Zane wasn't squishy.
No, not in that current form, but he could have become squishy. But he'd be I'll tell you what, I gotta tell you, if the demon was Billy Zane, I might have sex with him because he's that charismatic. The nipple jumper cables are not included, but they are available. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Depends on the squisher or the squishy. Well, I don't want to be squishy. I mean, sex doesn't work if I'm squishy. Just saying. Okay, I think
you want to play a game, Brian?
We've done this. Let's play a game, Chris. What game are we playing today?
Let's play What's the Damn Answer?
Hi there, boys and girls, and welcome to What's the Damn Answer? Sorry, I had to. Anyway, all right, tonight I am going to be questioned thoroughly and probed by Chris.
Yes.
So, if you are new to this, which you may be or you may not be, what happens here is you get to pick who you think is going to win. If I get the majority of the questions correct, then I win. And if you've picked me, you in turn also win. If I get the majority of the questions wrong, then Chris wins. And if you have picked Chris, then you also win. If you win, you get put on the wheel. And when you get put on the wheel of names, we get to pick who gets to pick next week's movie. Okay? I think that's a pretty good explanation of what goes on here. Most of you guys know this. So far, we have, 2 for Chris? We've got a monkey boy. We do. This is good. Two Monkey Boys, Professor Feather as well. How we doing?
We got two for me, three for you.
Wow.
Let's
really...
let's give it 30 more seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to get a few more people on here if we can.
Brandon says Monkey Boy. Wendy says Monkey Boy.
I know I look like I'm doing something weird, but all right. All right.
15 more seconds till the voting is closed.
Christopher Cherry says, Christopher Cherry, no, you can't do that. You can vote for you, Chris. you can't vote for you. You can.
I think he probably means.
Chris. Do you mean Chris? You could just type yes.
Yeah.
He wants Chris. Everybody wants Chris. Everybody used to hate Chris. Jackie wants Chris.
All right, voting is closed.
All right, voting is now closed, and we are ready to play the game.
All right, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
We're going to do best of 11. So you have to get 6 to win.
6 to win.
You ready?
I am ready.
All right. In the movie Us, what is the reoccurring number? There's a reoccurring number in the movie Us. What is it?
I want to say, I'm right now playing the movie over in my head. Is it 2?
No, it is 11.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. To date, what is the highest grossing Stephen King film adaptation?
It. The new one. Part 1.
All right. What film starred an actor who did not actually know he was starring in a horror movie?
The Shining. That would be Danny Torrance, the little boy.
Very good. Netflix once accidentally placed what horror movie in its LGBTQ section?
Rubber?
The Babadook.
The Babadook. Why? Why? That makes no sense.
It was an accident, which is why it's actually become.
Yeah, I understand that. I was thinking more. Maybe it was more of a misfortune from the name. You know that it was kind of anyway, but that's all right. All right, it's okay.
All right,
2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
What is the name of the goat that played Black Phillip in The Witch?
The name of the goat that played Black Phillip. I would never. Billy.
Charlie.
Charlie. All right.
In which state was the Blair Witch Project filmed?
Maryland.
Ooh. It's a barn burner, man.
Yeah, we're getting there, bro.
What type of plant was inside the locket from Rosemary's Baby?
It was oleander?
Tennis root.
Tennis root. Damn it. Sorry.
What? Don't apologize.
I'm apologizing to those who are counting on me here.
What was Freddy Krueger's serial killer nickname before he died?
The Springwood Slasher.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. 4-4.
4-4. It's getting tense, bro.
In what state is the house from the Amityville Horror located?
New York.
One more and you got it.
All right.
Which horror movie led to the MPAA's PG-13 rating?
Poltergeist? No. Pulling back. It was around that time. Gremlins?
Ding ding.
Yeah.
I would have also accepted Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, well, that was the first movie that popped in my head, but you wouldn't have said horror movie if it wasn't a horror movie, and so I knew it was Gremlins. Okay.
Holy fuck! And just for shits and giggles.
Yep, shits and giggles done.
What is the actual name of the summer camp and sleepaway camp?
Oh shit! I haven't seen that movie in so long. The Camp Naughty Pines or something?
No, it was Camp Arawak.
Arawak. Okay.
Well done, Brian.
All right. Well done, me. All right. Alexa, round of applause.
Okay.
It's a slow clap.
Golf clap.
All right. All right. So let's see who goes on this wheel of names this time around.
You ready?
Yes.
Zombie Mortuary. Professor Feather.
He gets on it every time, too. All right, you ready? What's next?
Sharon.
Sharon.
Brandon.
Brandon.
And Wendy.
Wendy. Okay.
And I'm sorry. I am sorry to Paula, Delilah, Jackie, and Cherry. I found the hardest quiz I could, and he still got it.
That's pretty good on my part.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I should have done the sleepaway camp one before I did the Gremlins one.
Would it have made the difference?
It would have made the difference.
No. All right.
No, it wouldn't have.
All right, so we've got our wheel of names up. All right, here we go. Alexa, drum roll, please.
Okay.
Oh, I got to click it on the other thing. Ah! Oh, my gosh. Attention. Is it? It is Wendy. Wendy, give me the bat. Give me the bat, Wendy. I'm not going to hurt you. Wait, you didn't let me finish my sentence. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in. I'm going to bash them right the fuck in. All right. Yeah, Wendy, good for you. Congratulations. Big round of applause. Somebody's trying to call me right now. Who would call me? Let's find out.
Who makes phone calls?
I don't know.
Who the hell makes phone calls?
People who usually try to sell me stuff.
Ah.
All right, so Wendy is going to go with, congrats, Wendy, Sinister.
All right.
Sinister. All right. That's good. I
Mr.
like
Mr.
Sinister.
Mr. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke of the Hawke brothers. His brother Andy. Ethan and Andy Hawke. All right. Congrats, Wendy. This is good.
So fun fact about Sinister. Sinister has been scientifically recognized as the scariest horror film of all time.
Scientifically. Can't fuck with science.
They measured heart rates of audiences during horror movies, and Sinister has the highest average heart rate per movie.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool. I'm ready to see it. I love it. So what do you got going on this week, Chris? Anything?
Let's see. Friday night, the Songaholics are over at the American Legion Post 30 on Lockwood from 7 to 11. And then Saturday night, thrown together, is at Papa Joe's Sports Bar from 8:30 to 12:30.
All right. I hope to make one of those two.
Yeah, it should be
we had
fun.
We had a friend in town this week, so which you know.
Yes, he jammed with us last Thursday.
And I had to be there Friday at the warehouse because he was up there. So I did not get to see you last week, but I missed you.
I missed you too.
So I may get a chance to come see you. And let's see. I don't think I got anything going on this weekend.
You're filming a video, right?
If I can. I may film part of it.
There you go.
I may film part of it because this is
something's better than nothing.
Something is better than nothing. And if I get part of it done, then I can do the rest of it. We shall see. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here tonight.
Nice.
Really good.
It was very nice.
And Sharon, thanks for bringing a friend. Everybody bring a friend.
Next week, everybody bring a friend.
Everybody bring a friend. And make sure you do something spooky this week. I want to hear what all you guys did. Something scary. And I don't care what it is, even if it's just killed a spider. I don't know. Anything. Oh, Chris, you can bet I'm going to forget about that chip challenge.
Oh, you don't want to do the one chip challenge?
Not again.
Oh, did you do it?
Me and Indy did a half chip challenge. We split the one chip. It nearly killed me. Killed me. Indy was fine. The littlest lumberjack was absolutely fine, but it nearly killed me. And I honestly did it and then started thinking maybe with the heart problems that I had, maybe I should not be doing this sort of thing. But who knows? Agreed about the Ethan Hawke thing, by the way, Brandon. I'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the dude check-in. It is at 8:30. We almost broke the table arm wrestling. I was a little bit on the so I did not do so well arm wrestling either. But that's okay. I'm happy to concede a defeat in arm wrestling if I have to. But anyway, yeah. So tomorrow, the dude check in at 8:30. That's of course Eastern Standard Time, not Pacific Time. But if you are on the other coast and you would like to watch it, you can just subtract 3 hours and watch it.
There you go. Math works out.
I know. I'm not good with math, but I'm I make it work. So I guess that's about it. That's all we got. I think we're going to wrap this up.
Sinister next week.
Sinister next week. Very excited for it. And I'm hoping that you all are too. So from all of us, the entire production team right here at From the Slab at the beautiful From the Slab Studios in Burbank, California. And we all say we love you and good night.